By the end of this video, you're gonna know how to get 10,000 followers on Instagram in just 24 hours because all you have to do is post at the right time, use the right hashtags, make sure you're not making the 3 mistakes I'm gonna share with you in this video, and you need to start creating content according to the new guidelines that Instagram is actually looking for. But before I can share all that with you, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you wanna go click on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In fact, I quit my job working for Gary Vee to help you grow quicker on Instagram, which is exactly why I created a free Instagram growth course. You could grab the pinned comment below. It is 100% free. It's going to tell you a ton of different things that you didn't know about Instagram, and it's going to help you grow quicker. The first thing you need to make sure that you're doing is avoiding these 4 mistakes. The first one is you should never say link in bio on Instagram. If you say that on Instagram, it is going to decrease your reach by 50 to 60%, and that's why you're not getting the followers you want to and you're not getting the reach that you want to. Secondly, you need to make sure that you don't have multiple call to actions in your content. You shouldn't be telling people to like, you shouldn't be telling people to save, and you definitely shouldn't be telling people to like, save, share, comment, because guess what? The more options that you give somebody, the less likely they are to actually do any of them, so you should only ask people to do one thing, and there are only 3 things you should be asking them to do. The first one is going to be share. The second is going to be follow, and the third is going to be getting somebody to comment, because if you're not using comment to DM automation, it's probably why you're not making money on Instagram right now, but that's a topic for a different day. The third thing that you need to make sure that you're not doing is you need to make sure that you are not using banned hashtags. If you want to know whether or not the hashtags you're using are banned, I'm going to share with you in just a little bit how to figure that out when I tell you the best hashtag strategies that you need to make sure that you're using right now. And then finally, you need to make sure that you're not making the mistake of judging your videos on Instagram after 30 minutes, after an hour, or even after a few hours. Instead, you need to understand that 95% of your followers on Instagram are going to come from 5% of your posts. If you're going to get 10,000 followers on Instagram, it's probably going to happen in a really short period of time. It's probably going to happen from 1 or 2 posts. So you need to make sure that you're patient until those posts actually happen, because otherwise you're going to quit before you even get those posts, and it could be the biggest mistake you've ever made before. And by using the exact tips I'm about to share with you, this creator right here was able to gain over 70,000 followers, but best of all, he was able to quit his full-time job, and it all happened because of one post that got him over 50,000 followers on Instagram. And all you have to do is make sure that you're implementing these next few tips, and the same thing can happen to you. But first, you need to make sure that you're posting at the right time on Instagram, but more importantly, make sure that you're posting at the time slots I'm gonna share with you for your specific time zone, and you need to make sure that you're not posting on the hour. If I say that the best time to post is from 10 to 11 a.m., don't post at 10 a.m. Don't post at 11 a.m. Post at 10:05, 10:07, because it's going to decrease the amount of supply of content that Instagram has during those time slots, and then guess what ends up happening? You end up getting more views because Instagram doesn't have enough content to actually serve to people. That being said, the 3 best time slots right now are going to be from 10 a.m. to 11:15 a.m., from 2 to 4:30 p.m., and then finally from 8 to 10 p.m. Now remember, I would recommend that you post in each one of these time slots for a few days or for a week, and then you're going to be able to determine which one of them works best, and then that's when I would get out the majority of posts that you're going to do on Instagram. And this only applies to photos, to carousels, or reels. You could post your stories all day long. It doesn't really matter when you post stories in order for them to get views. You just need to make sure that you're getting engagement on them. Now, before I can share with you the 4 hashtag strategies you need to make sure that you're using, I want to show you a website that is going to allow you to generate the best hashtags that you want to use, be able to spy on your competitors, see what hashtags they're using, and even it's going to allow you to see whether or not the hashtags you're using are banned, because if they are banned, it's going to drastically decrease your reach, and just getting rid of those hashtags in your strategies will actually increase the amount of views and followers that you get. And that website is going to be metahashtags.com, and then I would go /banned-hashtags. And then essentially what you're going to be able to do here is you are going to be able to enter in a list of different hashtags or your entire caption and see if it's got any banned stuff in it. Again, because if Instagram is shadow banning something and you're using that, well, then you're not going to get views. In addition to that, you could put a bunch of different hashtags in here. For example, we could type in hashtag fitness, generate hashtags, and it is going to generate a bunch of other hashtags that we should be using. And it's also going to go based off of how popular they are, the average amount of likes, the lowest amount of likes, the average comments, and even how many posts are under here. On top of that, if we come back, we can type in anybody's account here, and it is going to literally show a bunch of different hashtags that they're using, so that you can use this tool to spy on your competitors, see what they're doing differently, and then you can start to do that in your strategies, and it's going to increase your followers. And that'll work so long as you're using the following hashtag strategies. The first one is going to be 2 to 3 hashtags. The second is going to be 5 to 6 hashtags. The third, 11 to 12 hashtags, and then finally 7 to 8 hashtags. Personally, I've seen 7 to 8 8 hashtags get the most viral videos on Instagram, not on my own account, but on a bunch of different accounts that I've monitored and watched. And I think that that is the #1 hashtag strategy that you should be using right now if you want to skyrocket the reach that you're getting. But again, similar to the times to post, I want you to be testing all 4 of those, and then you'll be able to determine which one of them actually works best for you. And remember, there are 2 major mistakes that I see small accounts just like yours on Instagram make, and it's destroying their reach. 1, never use irrelevant hashtags. If you put irrelevant hashtags in your content, Instagram is going to show your content to the wrong people, and as a result, you're not going to get the reach that you want. And secondly, you need to make sure that you're not using the same hashtags over and over and over again. You should have a list of 30 to 40 hashtags, and you should constantly be updating that list based off of which one of them are getting the most views. And what that is going to allow you to do is make sure that you're always using the optimal hashtags. But remember, you also need to make sure that you're making the right type of content on Instagram right now, and ultimately, you need to be going for 2 different metrics that Instagram really wants. The first metric that Instagram cares about are the amount of shares that you're getting. You're not getting people to share your content. In fact, if you're not getting 50 to 70% of the amount of shares that you have to likes, well, guess what? It's going to be the reason that you're not getting reach right now, because Instagram has realized that when people share people content, it gets people back on Instagram. And when people come back on Instagram, Instagram makes more money. So what is Instagram trying to do? They're trying to promote content that gets shared so that you share it to people, and then guess what ends up happening? Again, Instagram makes more money. So you need to make sure that you're doing this within your content. And ultimately, the way that you get somebody to share content is it needs to hit 1 of 3 criteria. Either 1, it needs to be relatable. 2, it needs to be breaking news. Or 3, it needs to be something that people are going to get social credit for sharing that with somebody. For example, if you find something really funny on Instagram and you share it with a friend, now that friend actually likes you more and thinks that you're funnier because you surfaced to them something that they thought that they were funny. So you need to be creating content with that in mind and make sure that what you're creating is breaking news, is incredibly valuable to somebody, or is going to be really relatable. And on top of that, you need to make sure that you're focused on the replays metric on Instagram. Replays is going to be when somebody replays one of your videos. This is 1, going to increase the amount of views that you get, but 2, it's going to increase the odds that Instagram actually puts your posts out. And the easiest way for you to do replays is to focus on 2 types of content. 1, really short content, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds long. You can have a lot of the value come in the caption, or you can have the value with text on the screen. And then that second thing you want to make sure that you're doing is looping your content so somebody cannot tell the difference between the beginning and the end. And what this is going to do is it's going to get people to rewatch the video. And if you're making longer content, you can actually do this by making it really weird for when the video actually ends. So you don't want to just keep rambling on. The second that you have a payoff, you want the video to end, and you want the beginning of the video to kind of seem like it could be at the end of the video. And essentially what's going to happen there is people are going to replay that video. That's going to count as a replay to Instagram, even though they might not be realizing they're replaying it. And this is going to result in Instagram pushing out your content more. Now, since you're still watching this video, I know that you're serious about growing on Instagram and you want to be able to monetize your Instagram or make more money from Instagram, and I want to help you be able to do that. In fact, I want to guarantee that I can help you grow on Instagram in the next 30 days, no matter what niche you're in. I personally want to look at your account and tell you everything you need to be doing differently, what you're doing wrong, what hashtags you should be using, what time you should be posting, and so much more. If that sounds interesting and you want to work together personally, well, please keep watching this video because I've got a special offer for you. The opportunity to grow on Instagram and this organic reach we're currently seeing are not going to last forever. And there are 2 things holding you back from seeing the growth like the creators that I share with you in this video. The first one is that you haven't implemented the tips that I just shared with you. And the second is that you haven't gotten into my Instagram mentorship program yet. That's literally going to guarantee that I help you get more followers on Instagram in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. In fact, the average person that's gone through this program in the last 30 days has gained over 25,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 1,000 followers if they implemented every piece of advice that I share with them. Now, since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume you're probably above average. So the odds of you gaining over 25,000 followers are probably quite high. And if you want results like that, go to the link in the description below right now and sign up, because there are limited spots available. I'm going to be telling you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use. I'm going to send you new post ideas, and I'm going to critique your content to guarantee that you get more growth on Instagram in the next 30 days. It doesn't matter what your niche is or what your background is. This program is going to help you get followers more easily and quicker so that you don't have to spend endless hours trying to figure out the things that I already know about exactly how to grow your account. In fact, I just helped this creator in the program and they gained over 100,000 followers in just 30 days. I helped this creator, they gained over 150,000, and this creator over 200,000 followers. If you want results like that and I want you to be my next success story, go to the link in the description below and sign up right now, because every single day that you wait, it's only gonna get harder to grow on Instagram. It is easier than ever to grow right now, but you need to take advantage of this opportunity. And what's better than an opportunity where you're literally gonna grow on Instagram or get your money back, 0 questions asked. Again, there are limited spots, so go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. Otherwise, I strongly suggest you check out the next 2 videos I put up on the screen, because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.